put the little ones up here?
Yeah, you'll use the little ones for this. Answer is 33. You got to do 20. 5 times 4 is 20. And then you have to do this in order. 3 times 6 is 18. Divided by 9 is 2. So the answer should be 22.
Alright,
First thing to do is 6 divided by 2, and that's 3. And then you'll do this, which is 4 times 3, that'll be 12. Divided by 6 is 2, so add those together to get 5. We'll do 10 divided by 2 to get 5. 16 divided by 4 is 4, and then multiply that by 2 to get 8. 5 plus 8 should be 13. Answer on this one is 26. Pick a number from 1 to 5. Winning number was 1. Alright, today's objectives will be to multiply decimals and round, and then after that we'll see what we can go through on the pre-test. And round this answer to 2 places. Alright, this is 8, and then 3, and 10. Did you have that so far? Alright, so we put a 0 down, then we'll have 2, 9, and 6. You had that? And then 8, 5, 9, and 7. You have 3 numbers to the right of the decimal point, so it should be a decimal point there. And then go to round it. You have to look at this number and the one beside it. So it would go up it would go up to 7.96.
Five.
26.5. Alright, so we have 6, and then 2, and 9. Did you have that?
Yep.
Drop a 0, then we'll have 1, 4, and then 3 and 2. Did you have that?
Yep.
Alright, so 6, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 33 point, and you're looking at this place, that's 5 or higher. So 33.34. Okay, to start with, we should have 6, 7, and then a 3 and a 2. Do you have that? The 6 will come from here. 6 times 6 is 36. So we put that there and add a 3 up there. So we figured out the mistake. Alright, I'll finish it out. Drop the 0, Then you'll have an 8, 3, and a 16 out front. So 6, 5, 6, 9, and 1. So 19.66 when you round to two places. Okay. On the practice problem, you have to do 6 times 8 first to get 48. But you only write the 8. You put the 4 up here, and then do 4 times 8 is 32, plus the 4 is 36. Then you carry that 3 over here. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 3 is 59. And then you have to drop a 0 in that first spot there on the right, and then go through and multiply by 2 now. So 6 times 2 is 12. And carry that 1 up here. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then you'll have 2 times 7 is 14. That's going to give me an 8. This is 8. That's 18, and carry the 1. 5, 4, and 1 is 10, and carry the 1 to the other one and make it 2. So you have, remember the decimal points were here and right here. So you have 3 numbers to the right of the decimal point. Start here and count 1, 2, 3. So it would be 20.888. And if you're rounding to 2 places, you're looking right here, the second place, and then the number beside it. If that number beside it is 5 or higher, you bump this one up 1. So 20.89. Did you do 2 plus 1 to get 3 first?
Yes.
And did you square 3 to get 9?
Oh man, I bumped it up to, I bumped it to 12 on an accident.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have 3 squared is 9, and then from there we can finish it out to get 27 plus 5 is 32 plus 6 is 38.
Yeah, I had.
Now, did you get 1 squared is 1?
Yep.
And then did you multiply by 6 to get 6?
Yep.
So 4 plus 6 is 10, minus 6 is 4. So that's it. Example 3 is going to be about least common multiples. That's a strange looking M. Should be just about like this with nothing else there, but least common multiples. And here's what a least common multiple is. Let's say I had 4 and 6. And I wanted to find the lowest number that both of them will go into evenly, to divide into them. Start with 4 up here and write that number, and then keep adding 4 to it. So I'd have 8, and then what?
12.
Then what?
16.
16, then what? So go out about 5 of them to start with. Now go down to 6 and start with 6 and then add 6. Now you can stop because we're looking for the lowest number that they both have in common. What is that? Yeah. So if I had 2 fractions to add together, and here were the denominators, you have to have the same number here and here in order to add fractions together. This is how we find what that number is going to be, by least common multiple. Example 4. Let's say the two numbers I want to find an LCM for are 8 and 6. So I'm going to list the multiples of 8. 8, and then what's the next one?
16.
16. What's the next one? 24. Then what? 32. Then what? 40. All right, let's go to 6. 6, and then what? 18. Then what? Are we finished? What number is it? 24. That's the lowest one they both have in common. So if I had a fraction that was 1 over 8 plus 5 over 6, and I needed a common denominator down here on the bottom, that's how you would find it. So you would change them to 24s, and from there you would do some other stuff that we're going to get to. Now what we found in the last problem, when we found the least common multiple, was that the lowest number that both 8 and 6 will go into is 24. And we determined that using the least common multiple method. So once you find that number, you rewrite those fractions and you use 24s instead of 8 and 6. But you have to change the top numbers. So what did I have to multiply 8 by in order to get a 24? 3, yeah, so I had to multiply by 3. What you do on the bottom, you do on the top. So multiply the 1 by 3 to get what? 3. What would I multiply 6 by to get 24? 4. So multiply this 5 by 4 to get 20. And now once you have those numbers, you can add the tops together. 3 plus 20 is 23, and your answer would be 23 over 24. In this problem, it is 1 over 3 plus 2 over 7. Before we can add those together, we have to find the number that 3 and 7 have in common. What's the lowest number that 3 and 7 will go into? Sometimes you can think of it right off the bat. Other times you have to work it out. Wouldn't be 14. So here's what we got to do. We got to do 3, 7, and then write out these multiples. So it would be 3, and then what?
6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20,
Now what about 7?
14, 21.
Have we found it?
Or yeah.
So the number should be what? 21. So rewrite these fractions with a denominator of 21, the number on the bottom. What do I have to multiply 3 by to get 21? 7, yeah. So if I'm multiplying by 7 there, I have to do the same thing to the top. So 1 times 7 is what?
7.
Now what would I multiply 7 by to get 21?
2.
Not 2.
1.
3, that's right. You'd have to multiply by 3. So 2 times 3 is what? 6. So add the tops together. 7 plus 6. And there's your answer, 13 over 21. This one is 5 over 6, and we'll do minus 1 over 3. Now we have to find the lowest number that 6 and 3 will both go into. Do you know what it is, or do we need to write it out?
6.
It's right. He's right. It's 6. And I'll even work it out anyway, just to show you how that is. 3 and 6, and then you just put 6 down, and that's it. So you would change, really you're not changing the first one, it stays 6. And anytime you have a fraction problem where this number does not change, then you just keep the top. Because what would you do to 6 to get 6? What do you multiply 6 by to get 6? 1. So if I multiply 5 by 1, I'd still get 5. What did I have to multiply 3 by to get 6? 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. And now you can subtract the tops. You have to do the sign in the middle. 5 minus 2 would be 3 over 6. Now, would 3 over 6 be my final answer? Why not? What can you do to it to make it simpler? Yes. 3 over 6 is unreduced. That means that they both have a number that go into it evenly. What number goes into 3 and 6? 3. How many times does 3 go into itself? And into 6? 2. So 1/2 would be your answer for that. And we'll do some reducing stuff here in a little while. Alright, for the practice problem, what is the lowest number that 3 and 5 will go into?
It is 15.
15, and here's why. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then for 5, it's 5, 10, and then 15. So 15 is the lowest number. So rewrite your fractions with a 15 on the bottom. What would I multiply 3 by to get 15? 5, yeah. So I would have to multiply 4 by 5 to get 20. And what do I multiply 5 by to get 15? 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. Now the operation says to subtract, so 20 minus 3 is 17. So it should be 17 over 15. Did you do 5 squared and come up with 25? What did you get?
I got 10.
Ah, yeah, it's going to be 5 times 5, so it's 25. And then 3 times 4 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. So it should be 31. The least common multiple between 5 and 3 is 15. And what I would have to do to 5 to get 15 is to multiply by 3. So I have to do the same thing up here. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15, so 2 times 5 is 10. And it comes out to be 19 over 15 for the final answer.
I had 19 right by that.
Oh my gosh.
How did you get the 9? I got 6 there.
We get the 9 by doing this. We have 5 being multiplied by 3 to get 15. So 3 times 3 would be 9. The least common multiple of 7 and 3 is 21. So 7 into 21 3 times. So 4 times 3 is 12. And 3 times 7 is 21. So 1 times 7 is 7. Add them together to get 19 over 21.